recording. There you go. Hello, 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 everyone. Good morning. Really nice to see your names, hear your voices. And Remson, it's really good to see you. Nakakamiss, sobra. I really miss you all. And I'm happy that we have a chance, me and Cecil. So Cecil will co-facilitate this discussion and it's really timely and needed. So I had a few calls earlier and a few people messaging me na how to use Skype, how to use this, how to use that. And this session is all about that. It's about using the virtual tools and virtual environment. That's the title of our training for today. So virtual tools, teams, and a few best practices. So we're gonna make sure na we make the most out of the hour that you guys gave us. So sulitin natin siya so that we can communicate with everyone better, more efficient, more clear. So what we did earlier is this function of Skype. This function of Skype is called annotate. Na. So it's on the upper right corner. So this corner that I have here, this corner. If you can see this corner, I'm writing it. I'm writing on it right now. Here on this corner, there's a pen. Um, and I hope you get what this is for. This is really for engagement. If you wanna create engagement, because it's hard. It's hard to communicate, check for understanding in the virtual environment. So we need to make sure now we have all the options that we can use to make learning fun, teaching fun, huddle fun, coaching effective, and those. Now, right now we're using Skype. I want to give you a quick tour. So I'll give you a quick tour about what we do in Skype. I'll be sharing my desktop. So 1 second. I'll be sharing my desktop. Raymond, can you see the screen now?
Boss, phone pa rin po uli ito. Hindi po talaga ma-access yun.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. So for the meantime, but do you see my screen? Yung screen ko ngayon. Can you see it?
Naglo-loading po. Check ko lang po saglit.
Sige. So for
Okay
the
na, boss.
rest,
Maliit lang.
okay. So for the rest, if you can see my screen on the chat box, put a smiley face. If you can see my screen on the chat box, put a smiley face. So we have Joshua, we have EA, Raymond, thank you.
Smiley.
Smiley, just get a smiley face, put it on the chat box. If you can see my screen, there you go. We have Cecil.
I'm not sure if I'm able to type.
Don't worry. So here, but you can see my screen, Ren.
Hindi ko makita eh. Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, so good. As long as you can see my screen, it's good. You can go off mute if you can see because that's the only thing that we want to do. So guys, here, I want to share, so if you can see my screen, I want to share to you how I prepared for this meeting. No? Kasi you will be hosting yun. We got a smiley from Remson. so you will be hosting a huddle, a coaching, a meeting using virtual tools, right? So if you will be using Skype, this is my suggestion. So if you can see my screen, I'll just give you a quick suggestion. So if you are using OWA, so if you are using OWA in your Outlook, so right now I'm pulling up the calendar. No, I'm pulling up the calendar, my Outlook calendar. And if I will hit this one, if you see new event on the top left corner, if you hit new event, wait for it to load. And then if you set the time of the meeting and the date, if you can see this toggle box, it says here Skype meeting. You should have a toggle box or you can have more. Kasi minsan, like Arnie has Skype and MS Teams. But for me, it just shows Skype. So I think that's good enough for me. I hope yours will show Skype as well. So once you have Skype toggle box, now you can put it into your calendar invite. Okay? So if you have OWA. Now, since I have Outlook, this is my entire Outlook installed in my laptop. So what I did to prepare, so earlier before you guys got in, I pulled out the calendar invite. Hmm. I just want to demonstrate this real quick. And then I hit join Skype meeting. Ay, where's that? 1 second. This one. You see this join Skype meeting, right? So I hit join Skype meeting before you guys entered the room because I need to prepare. What do I need to prepare? I have here a few functions in Skype that I can set even before you guys get in. If you can see my screen, do you see what I'm highlighting right now? If you can read it. Can anyone go off mute read what I'm highlighting?
Manage content.
Thank you very much. Manage content. So, what do I have here? I have here all the contents that I have placed in Skype even before the meeting. What do I have? I have here a PowerPoint presentation. I have here a poll. I have here a whiteboard. So meaning I have things prepared even before you got in. So it's already here. How did I put that there? So I'll click this again if you see my button, and then here are the options. Number one, share desktop. If you click this, everyone will see your screen like what we're doing right now. This one is share PowerPoint, meaning you will upload a PowerPoint in this room. So in this room, I have a PowerPoint presentation. Last, anyone can go off mute and tell me what they see here?
More.
Good job. When you hit more, you have whiteboard, poll, and Q&A. Astig, no? May whiteboard. So, testingin natin yung whiteboard, ha? So, I have already prepared that. So, since I've already opened those, I'll click Manage Content, and let me get my whiteboard. Here's the whiteboard. Guys, can you see this icon, the screen icon, the first one, with the circle?
Yes.
Okay. If I click this, your screen should change. For those in a PC, what are you seeing?
Plain white.
Plain white.
Whiteboard.
For those who seeing white, can you write down? Use the annotate tool and write anything. Write your name if you can.
Phoebe, can you see the screen now?
Nice one, EA. I can see Remson using the laser pointer. Okay. So we have Josh. Oh, we have Bea. Wow. I'll give Bea a check. Josh a check. Check. EA, what? Check. Good job. So, I will switch. Oh, we have one more writing. Sino to? Remson is with a hi. Hi, Rem. Okay. So, you guys get the idea, no? I'm gonna move back to sharing my screen. Thank you. So, ayan. So, going back, that is how you prepare. You put any PowerPoint presentation. Let's wait for the screen. Ayan. So, you can put your PowerPoint presentation in here, manage content, your PowerPoint. If I click the PowerPoint here, you will see the presentation. I have a poll. I have a whiteboard. It's already set now. Now here, let me give you a quick tour with the screen that you're seeing. Now, so on the upper left, you have here 9 participants. You see this, right? If you click this, you will see everyone who is in this room. Okay? Upper right. On the lower or upper left. In the lower left, you have the chat box. Ayan. So on the chat box, we have people, chatting. So on the lower right, you have more options. I I have on the lower right, you have here start recording and stop or pause recording. This meeting is now being recorded. So meaning, if you want to record the coaching, the huddle, kasi baka may absent and you want to send them the video, you can do that. Like this recording. I'll put this recording in YouTube and send you the link for review. So that you can review before you use it. Now here guys, anyone who can go off mute and tell me what I'm highlighting. If you can read, anyone?
Stop recording.
Medyo delay DA.
Skype meeting options.
There you go, Skype
Skype.
meeting options. Thank you, Remson. Thank you, Cams, if that was you. So guys, here in the Skype meeting option, if you click this is the part where you can allow everyone to annotate. In the beginning or at first, it's just you who can write. But if you want everyone to be able to write, you need to choose everyone here on the annotate tool. Going back, if you're gonna do a huddle, if you're gonna do an interactive discussion and you want them to be able to write, you need to put everyone here. Okay? And I hit OK. Now, you all should be able to write on the screen. Okay? Now, I'll begin the discussion. I'll put the PowerPoint presentation up. Just give me 1 second. So, manage content, PowerPoint, and then let's begin. So, here, in the virtual environment, again, thank you very much for joining us today, Bea, Remson. We have our managers on this training. Thank you for joining. We have our coaches. We have Cams, EA, Phoebe. We have Joshua, Raymond. Thank you for being here. And we have our FLDT, Cecil, for this training as well. So our training is called Virtual Tools. Virtual Tools and Technology Best Practices. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna teach every one of you best practices. This is what we did earlier. So if you might be wondering, what are those functions that we were trying to play with? So this one is the laser pointer. You can type using the text tool. You have the line tool, highlight tool, erase, stamp, shape, insert picture, and delete annotation. So going back, if you will be the one to facilitate using Skype, you can use this and enable this to be more interactive. And let me tell you that this function is not just in Skype. It is also available with other platforms like WebEx, like Adobe Connect. So other platforms you can have this as well. So there's a lot of tools that we are supposed to be using when we are in the work from home environment. CMS is really important. I hope our coaches can access CMS from home. If you can access CMS from home, can you give me a heart in the chat box? And if not, give me a broken heart. So just put it in the chat box. If you can access CMS from home as a coach doing your coach role, put a heart in the chat box. And if you cannot, put a broken heart in the chat box. We have triple heart from EA, broken heart from PB. Ay, walang access. Okay, so if you have issues with tools, definitely make sure to contact your immediate supervisor, your manager, so that we can help you. So this is really, really important for us to make sure that we will be able to find out and know, what our experts situation is, especially from work at home. So going back, this is one of the primary tools that we have so that we can remotely manage our teams from home. Now, we have a lot of choices here when it comes to the virtual environment. Going back, all of these for engagement, no? So, what types of engagement do we have when we were back on the floor? So, if there's anyone who can go off mute and give me an example, what are the types of engagement that we do when we were back on the floor nung wala pang quarantine?
We have team days.
Thank you, team days. So aside from team days, let's say common, regular, daily or weekly interaction. Coach to expert, what do you normally do? Manager to coach, coach to team. So give me a regular engagement activity. Not really a fancy one. Yung regular interaction natin day to day, week to week.
Huddles.
Yes.
Very good.
And providing real-time feedback to our
Thank
experts.
you. Is that you, Joshua? Or
Yes, boss.
okay, thank you. So we have huddles, we have team days, we have coaching, definitely. We have feedback, we have support when it comes to soup calls, man calls, and things like that. So going back, these are the types of engagement that or interaction that we do when we were back in the floor, but we are not or no longer in the floor. Right now, we are in this situation. Remotely, we should be able to manage our teams, and we have so many options. So many options that we have, like the ones on your screen. Quick activity, game. So, which one are your favorite? Which one are you familiar with? So, if you can see the instructions on the screen, then follow it. Which one of these icons, platforms, or tools are you familiar with or is your favorite? And if you cannot see anything on the screen, get our attention. You know. Oh, ayun na. Put a check stamp. Who did that? Oh, we have Cecil. We have Joshua. We have Joshua who's hitting Skype. Joshua on Slack. No one chose Outlook. So, uh, put a red in circle if it's MS Teams, if you're familiar. How about the rest? Use your annotate tool. Put a circle, put a check, put a box. Which one is your favorite? Ayun na. Red circle. So we have Remsen, EA, Cams, Bea for the Outlook. We have Cecil on the Outlook. We have Joshua on the Slack. There you go. Thank you very much. We have dotted lines from who's this? Cecil again. So going back, we have a lot of options or choices when it comes to managing our team or working with the virtual environment. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have a quick tour. We're gonna have a quick tour with three of those um, applications that you have that we have here. So we're not gonna talk about everything. We're gonna talk about just three. You know, we're gonna talk about Outlook. This is one. We're gonna talk about Skype. I'm encircling it in yellow, and we're gonna talk about Slack. So we're gonna give you guys its function and a few best practices. Okay? So functions and best practices. Like what we have introduced here in Skype. We're using Skype right now. So it's really important for us to, at least master or know one virtual platform. Okay? So let's proceed. Our agenda. Here's our agenda. Our agenda is to give you an overview of the types of interactions, and that's what we talked about earlier. We have huddles, we have team days, we have coaching, we have in the moment feedback, we have soup calls and supporting there. when to use each system. So those three system and best practices. That's what we're gonna talk about. Now, um, our first platform would be Outlook. And Outlook is for email. So I need someone to kindly read the first two bullets. EA, can you kindly read the first two bullets?
Yes, boss. Since that updates news and information updates offers, etc. Send recognition. Appreciation zone will send them certificates directly to their inbox.
Thank you. So it's an emailing tool for Outlook. And then informing people about updates, stats, and definitely by appreciating every now and then our experts, our managers, our peers using Outlook is the way to do it. Two other things that it does that we use it for is for calendar and then set up MS Teams, Skypes, and Slack. All right, so now we're gonna demonstrate that for you later on. But before we do, everyone, I have here the best practice, the best practice options. I want you to underline which amongst this are you not familiar with. Is it this, 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 or this? Just underline any of these practices that you are not familiar with. If you are all familiar with that, uh, and then don't put anything. Okay?
Marbs, I don't know how to share the meeting to the experts, forwarding it to their messenger, because that's what usually Ayn does. When we were onboarding our experts, the only way for the experts to get the invite is through messenger.
Very good. Thank you, Rem. We'll wait for one more and then I'm gonna demonstrate. So if I got you correctly, sharing the calendar invite through Messenger,
Yeah, the Skype invite.
copy.
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna-
tried that. They
Oh.
said we just have to copy the link, but I tried it and I wasn't able to do it. Sorry.
No, Remson, going back, and this goes for everyone. Don't be shy. We are all new to this environment. Regardless of the position, goodness, I'm telling you, me and the FLD team took a really long while before before we have the confidence and courage to face a training class. So going back, please, aside from Remson, how about the rest? Give me one more, maybe one thing here that you might not be familiar with. Are you familiar with sending recurring meeting? Um, how about this one? Quick question. Put the answer in the chat box. When you are sending a coaching invite, when you pre-schedule a coaching invite, how many days should it be in advance? All our coaches, put your answers in the chat box. When you're gonna send a coaching invite, how many days should it be in advance?
Go, don't be shy.
Don't be shy. You can make a mistake. No one will scold you. How many days should it be in advance? Okay, sige. It's okay. Go.
2 days for OM rents and
Okay, not sure. It's okay, Joshua. Don't worry. 3 days EA, 3 days CAMS. Okay. Maybe one more answer. How about Phoebe, if you can chat, or Raymond, if you can chat, or Bea, yes? How many days? 3. Okay. Guys, here, don't worry. Don't feel bad if your answer is wrong. This is a safe environment. Um, the answer based on Ayn Makale and April Miranda's onboarding, it should be a week before. So meaning, if you're gonna coach someone next week, and it's okay, going back, it's okay. It's part of the onboarding. if you're gonna coach someone Friday next week, you should be sending the invite today. So it should be a few days ahead of time. So going back, that is just a review. So and it's okay. That's why we have this discussion. Now I'm gonna demonstrate. I'm gonna switch back to sharing my desktop, and I'm gonna demonstrate how to go by with calendar invites. Okay. So, Ses, if you could just look at the chat board na. So for the meantime, if you guys can see my Outlook, kindly put a sun in the chat box. Put a sun in the chat box. So I can do that too. So let me start demonstrating where the sun is. The sun is here. O, di ba? Ay, nakita ka agad ni Bea. Good job, Bea. Good job, Remson. So you guys saw the sun. Okay, so it's not my forehead. I know it's rising. My for my forehead is like the sunrise. Joshua, thank you very much. That is also a method that you can use if you want to check for environment because you're talking to people without their mic. Use the chat box and then don't just take yes or no. Make it fun. Utilize all the smileys in the smiley room. Utilize the black cat. Utilize everything that you can use there. Now, here. Um, Rem, I'm gonna start with the regular Outlook installed. Okay, so here. So since this is the calendar from Outlook, and let's say I will be setting a meeting Sunday 1 a.m. here. So if you can see, I can double click in this area because this is 12 a.m. in my calendar. This is 1 a.m. So this area is Sunday 19th, 1 a.m. I can double click this or I can hit new appointment. So if I hit new appointment, I'll have this. Alright. But I can also double click this. Okay. So when you double click or you create a meeting invite, if your Outlook is installed in your PC, you can just plainly hit this. You can see the Skype icon here, diba? In your Outlook, you might see MS Teams and Skype. So if I hit Skype, then it should be here. Right? Now I can put, this is just an example. I'll put Remson. Okay. I'll put Rem. And then the title is Test Invite. Alright. So here, once I send it, so it'll now be here. My practice normally I color my what do you call this? I color my calendar invites so that will be easy for me to recognize what's going on. So this is my test invite. So to answer Ramson's question, you can double click that invite and then you can right click here in the word join Skype meeting. If you hover your mouse pointer, you will see that there is a hyperlink, HTTPS, you see it there. Now what you do is you right click and then you copy the hyperlink. See that? Once you copy the hyperlink, in my PC, I have Messenger installed. So I have Messenger and Viber both installed in my PC. So I can easily manage communication here. So as an example, if I paste the hyperlink in my Messenger, and then there. So this group, that attack like FLD, I have a group here with Larny and Ses. So I have pasted the hyperlink there. So once they click that link, they can go to my Skype room. Ayan. So going back, to answer Rem's question, you go to the calendar, you right-click this one, and then you copy the hyperlink. Rem, did that answer your question?
Yeah, it's just that I don't have the Messenger app on my laptop. That's why. That's why I'm trying to figure out how can I transfer the link from my calendar invite to the Messenger app on my device.
Copy. So Rem,
Pero ngayon, alam ko na, I guess I just have to upload or download the Messenger app dito sa laptop ko.
here's another way, Rem. Thank you for bringing that one up. Now here, Now I have my OWA. Okay, I have my OWA. So this um, view, this is my Outlook 365, no? Kasi your Outlook 365 should be the same view if you use your phone. Okay? So let's say this is my OWA, and if I will be using my phone, I shall do the same thing. So I will create a calendar invite, or let me go to my existing invite, yung ginawa ko ng Sunday. So let me go sa Sunday, and then let me pass that calendar invite. So here, I went to Sunday, and then here, you guys see the test invite? So if this is my phone, my mobile device, and I'm using OWA 365, I can right click this, I can double click, I can tap this. Since going back, I am using my phone. So you can copy this one. Alright? So if I am using my phone, there should be a copy hyperlink of sorts eh. Let me just see. Ayaw lumabas dito sa laptop eh. Pero going back, um, I'll record that using my phone and send it back to you guys, no? So that you would see how it looks like. So going back, this is another way of doing so, no? You can copy this from OWA and then forward it. So from OWA 365 from your phone and then paste it on your messenger. Okay, so let's test that. I'll test it later. Pero Remson, thank you for bringing that one up. No, out of all the session, no one asked that question. Good thing you did. So
Maybe because they know.
maybe they just,
So
yeah.
I actually figured out as well. Pwede naman ako mag-login sa Facebook. Hindi ko na naisip agad.
Oo nga, no? Oo nga. Hindi, pero going back, some might not really know. Maybe they're not just using Skype or they're familiar with Teams. Pero going back, it's really good to understand and know how to do that as well. Let's go and continue. So guys, here, I have here my Outlook calendar again. Just one last thing that I want to share. So here, on the topmost part, you have here share calendar. Right? Share calendar and add calendar. What is this for? So you would know, the calendar of your expert or your manager. For example, I will open, if you look at this open calendar, and I look for my boss, Michelle Loriano. There. So if I open Yale's calendar, I can automatically look at my calendar and her calendar side by side. So I would know if she is available, where she could be, what call she is in, if I can get one-on-one. There you go. So if I look at Saturday, it will automatically reflect how her Saturday is. And I can also see most of what she is doing or what call she is in. So going back, add calendar is one good option. You can add all the calendar of your experts so that you can see when they're available. If you want to put a meeting there, you want to double check there. Okay, so that is the calendar functions of your Outlook. So going back, we're gonna talk about, Outlook and a few more platforms. Two more platforms, actually. Two more platforms when it comes to the virtual world. So, I'll be switching my screen back. If you have no questions, you can give me a smiley with sunglasses. If you don't have any questions, but if you have a question, please go off mute and ask any questions. No question from Yay. Okay. Okay, no question
Boss
from
Desra.
Bea. Oh, go. What's the question?
Yeah, I tried to hover my mouse or nag-right click ako dun sa join Skype meeting using my OWA. Pero what I only have is copy link address. I don't have the copy hyperlink.
Yun, copy
Is it
link.
the same, the copy
Oo.
link catcher?
Yes. Copy link
Okay.
and hyperlink, it's the same.
Sorry.
Can you test it? Send it to my messenger. Let's see if I'll
Okay po.
receive it.
I
Thank
don't have ano pala dito sa ano ko face Messenger app. I can send it through email.
Pwede rin. Pwede rin. Once I receive it, or send it to Cecil or me para we can check while we have the discussion ongoing. No, thank you for testing, Josh. It'll really be nice if
No
we can
problem,
test it
boss.
right away. Okay.
I sent it po.
Okay, thank you. So, facilitation lang me. Now, let's continue. Now, I just want to ask you guys, when it comes to Outlook, with what we have discussed, alright, so there. Give me your confidence level from 1 being not confident and 5 being really confident. Put it on the chat box. How confident are you with Outlook? Josh, it was a success.
Thanks, boss.
Remson, it's a success. Joshua was able to do it. Kinapi niya yung from OWA, and this is what I have received. Lagay ko sa chat box. Yeah. EA is a
So are we
4.
talking about Outlook 365 o yung mismo Outlook?
Either. So sa Outlook na installed sa PC mas madali, pero if we're using Outlook 365, it's a bit struggle. So what you tested is best kasi it's almost every coach's platform yung 365. So maganda yung tinesting mo.
Okay po.
Okay. Confidence level, Outlook. So we only have EA with a 4. If you're not confident, give us a 1, a 0, a -1. If you're confident, give us a 4, a 5, a 6, a 7, an 8, a 9, a 10. Remson 4, thank you. Oy, wow. So almost everyone is familiar with Outlook. Thank you very much. We're gonna move to the next app. Our next app is Skype. And then this is what we have shown you na earlier. So I hope you guys have, a thing or two when it comes to knowing Skype. You can send calendar invites and add Skype, or you could use the app like this. I'll show it to you later na lang. The application Skype using your phone or your laptop. So going back, let me just read. Skype is for video conference or for calling. It's accessible through phone, it's accessible through PC, and ang isa sa pinaka-best niyang function is screen sharing, like what we were doing right now. So Skype is best for remote access. So you guys can take control of my PC if I share the access to you so that you could help me if I'm the expert and you need to demonstrate a behavior for coaching, or you want to teach me where to navigate for visual audit, you can do remote access. So going back, Skype is really good for that function or method. No? So you can use tools such as whiteboard, and that's what we were using earlier for engagement. So for Skype, there's a lot of things that we can do. I'm gonna demonstrate my screen share again real quick. So earlier, I had a few managers and coaches from our LEAP team. They asked for assistance on, how to create, they call it bridge. Sabi nila, how to create a bridge in Skype. Yeah. So that's what we did earlier. What did we do? We created a calendar invite and then joined there. Simpleng-simple, pwede mong gawin yon. But you can do this as well. If you can see my screen, I am with the Skype, messenger. This one, the Skype messenger here. So I can right click and call someone, like let's say I'll call Ses, I hit call, and then if I hit call, I'll have this same room. So halimbawa, gusto ko magdagdag ng participants here on the top right corner. You just put the email of whoever. So let's say I called Remson. So it's me and Remson on the video call, and then I want to add Laarni, I want to add Sachi, I want to add Lester. So I can use this function on the top right. Ayan. So going back, multiple ways of creating a virtual room. Create it through invite, call someone, then invite someone else. Ayan, so to join the room. So marami kang options to get participants. So going back, just wanna demonstrate that to you. So that is Skype. Mabilis lang naman yung ating Skype demonstration since we have been demonstrating Skype since earlier. Do you guys have questions with Skype? And I'm assuming that you would know how to create a calendar invite with Skype. You would know how to check the participants. You would know how to chat. You would know how to record. So, if I ask your confidence level with Skype, are you confident that you can do share screen? You can create a calendar invite? So, give me a confidence level from 1 to 5. Skype. Don't be shy. If you feel like you're not that confident yet, don't worry. You have us with you. You can call us anytime. You can chat us anytime. We can even create a Skype room if you're not comfortable. Like what I did earlier for, I forgot if it's Marvin or Rachel, Cams3, EA. Here you go, Cecil. Thank you. So, Skype is our second platform. Bea, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Right? So, going back, if you're gonna do a huddle, let us know. No, let us know if you need help. We can facilitate the functions for you. By the way, before I forget, I'll be sharing my screen again. And by the way, this entire session is recorded. Yeah. So I'll be sharing this to you. I'll be sharing the, what do you call this? YouTube link. Guys, can you see where my mouse pointer is pointing? If you can see the word, can you say it?
Participants.
Participants, thank you very much on the top left corner. This will allow you to see, what's going on. If you see this chat box in blue, it means that these participants pulled out the chat box. So we have Remson, we have Raymond, we have Marvin, we have Joshua. Their chat box is in blue, meaning they did this. Their chat box is pulled out. This, on the other hand, the mic icon is on mute or not on mute. If you are the presenter, check this one out, guys. I clicked participant action. Do you see this? And if you can see it, can you read it?
Mute audience.
There you go. Sometimes when you're talking, and then the rest should be on mute. And sometimes you will hear electric fan, tiktilaok ng manok, or people taking calls, or there's other noises that you might hear. And then you're talking. And then sometimes in the discussion, you will say, team mute check. You don't need to do that. If you hit this, everyone will be on mute. So you will be the only one heard. So you have that power. You can even remove chat. So you can put everyone as an attendee. Kasi right now, if you look at the participant, all of you are presenters. So it's not just me. We have 8 presenters. Walang participant. I made it that way so that you can have full function and powers. Okay? So you can remove videos of your attendees. So going back, this participant icon is really powerful if you are the host. Last na lang, team. This last icon is really important. Yung first session dito kami nagkanda leche-leche. Lily was watching and this was not working. Let me show you something. This icon here, this icon here is the same with this one. If it is a screen with white, it means they are not seeing what you're presenting. So kapag nagpre-present ka, PowerPoint, whiteboard, poll, if you're using that and you see that they are with a white screen, they are not seeing you. If you see the screen a screen with a Wi-Fi icon, it means this is the one presenting. So if you pass the presentation, if I pass the control to Remson, you will see this icon in Remson's name or right next to Rem. If you see this screen that is blue, it means that they can see your screen. So really important for you to understand that. If you look at our screen right now, everyone is blue, meaning everyone can see my screen. So as a presenter, I know na nakikita nyo. Kasi going back, it's hard to facilitate kapag ganito, virtual. You don't know if they're looking at it. You don't know if they're hearing you. You don't know if they understand. So going back, the functions of Skype are really, really important for us to know. I would gladly want to tell everyone na what functions of Skype that we have is also available with Webex, Adobe, with Zoom, with Teams, available yan sa iba't ibang platform. Okay? So you just need to find out which. I'll start with the question first. Your confidence level with Slack. From a scale of 1 to 5, how confident are you with Slack? Ako lalagay ko yung confidence level ko sa Slack ha. Yan, totoo yan. There you go. We've been using Slack for the longest time. Unfortunately for me, I got locked out in my Timo email, so I am not able to use it for the meantime. Pero I just wanna let you know that Slack is our official chat. So our chat platform for war rooms, for escalation. Our official video calling conference huddle platform is Skype and MS Teams. Our official chat platform is Slack. Okay, just want to let you guys know that. So, we all know that Slack is for chat. And when I say chat, like other chat platforms, it has what? It has threads. You can share documents. You can chat. You know, you can do screen sharing. So if you look at what Skype can do, Slack can do, Teams can do, Adobe Connect can do, they almost have the same functions. Now, best practice for Slack, yeah. A best practice would be start channels like GCs, like how we do it with Viber, how we do it with Facebook Messenger. Learn how to draw or share screens, and this is what we are also doing as well right now with Skype. You can do polls as well. Okay, so if you are familiar with Viber, if you're familiar with MS Messenger, Facebook Messenger, and then mostly you are familiar with Slack as well once you're able to practice it more. Yung mga forward slash functions lang talaga yung gagawa tayo ng listahan, then we'll send you a one pager for it. Guys, activity tayo real quick. Dan Barker, if you see the screen, Dan Barker is the coach. John Sherrill is the expert. Alright. I'll give you 15 seconds to read the conversation. Okay. So going back, you see the conversation. Dan Barker said that he wants to get John Sherrill, commended John Sherrill, about a behavior, and then ask John Sherrill if he's ready for the next behavior. Okay, so ready for the next behavior. I'm gonna pull out a question and then tell me what your answer is. Here's the question. Which part of pair was presented in Slack? Was it prepare, act, influence, or review? You can click in the poll and choose what you think that conversation is about. Is it prepare, act, influence? We have one in review. Sige lang. Everyone, answer in the poll. We have four in the review. Sumunod na silang lahat. Maybe two more answer or one more answer. Oh, five. Lahat nag-review. Okay. Going back. Thank you very much guys for putting your answers in. At merong isang nag-act. Okay. So, going back, this is a demonstration of the poll function of Skype. You can do this as well if you want to ask question like, saan nyo gustong mag-team building? Okay. So, whatever poll questions you want to ask, but here's the answer. Okay. Using Slack. Can anyone read the one in the red circle? What does it say?
Coaching.
Act coaching. So going back, what you have seen earlier, I understand it could have been like review kasi parang ni-review mo na yung metric and then you told the expert, congratulations, you're done, graduated ka na dun sa behavior and I'm gonna give you your new behavior. That could be the reason why you have put review because that's the common answer that I get when I ask this question. But to give you the explanation why it is act, remember, in prepare, you prepare to get the behavior, right? You just get the behavior in prepare. Interpret performance trend, listen to calls, target calls by Crest, and variant speech analytics. Then you listen to call, you get the behavior. That's prepare. After you get the behavior, what do? You tell the expert what they need to work on. You check for understanding, right? And then you gain commitment. Pero how do you do that since we're in the virtual environment? You can do that using Slack. So going back, this is the act phase using Slack. And this is how you can do it, guys. You can prepare, do interpret performance trend, no? And then listen to calls. Kapag may behavior ka na, message the expert. Message it like this. And this is your act phase na. Now, your act phase can be sent to your manager and your manager can give you a feedback, like a triad feedback on how you did the act phase. So going back, the act phase is just giving the behavior and then follow through mo siya with a few observations. So that is the act phase through Slack. We have a few more activities. Unfortunately, we don't really have a lot of time na. And you already gave me your confidence level in Slack. I just have two questions. So, EA, can you popcorn someone?
Ano lang, boss. Taka na namili ako dito sa list eh.
Don't worry, mini-mini mo.
Sige, si Boss Remson na lang po.
Boss Rem, you were chosen. Question, this first question. How will you best utilize the tool? So, with what we have discussed right now, is there any functions that you have learned today that you will use to make the experts more engaged? Or the coaches, since you're a manager, how will you make the managers more engaged? Let's say using Skype, o kaya using Slack, o kaya Outlook.
Okay. How will I best utilize? That's a question, right? Are you reconstructing the question, Marvin? Sorry.
Okay, so halimbawa, right now we are done with the discussion with Outlook, with Slack, and then with Skype. So with what we have learned today, how will you best utilize, let's say Skype, if you will do triad or huddle, how will you best utilize Skype, to keep the coaches engaged, yung para masigurado mo na they are interacting, they are participating?
Well, I'll make use of the video call for Skype. And if there is a template that we can, or I'm sorry, not a template, but let's say if there is something to share that needs to be shared to the expert, then we'll utilize that as well, so that because maybe we can utilize this flat sorry platforms based on the learning style of the expert. Let's say he's a visual learner, then we can use Skype to share the screen, or maybe we can play a call, or maybe we can make use of a job aid for us to be able to lay the lesson or the objective of the lessons better to the expert.
Good job. There you go. I
So,
was having difficulties getting off mute. Thank you very much, Rem. So as he mentioned, guys, so you can use Skype a video, use the video, use the share screen. Yan yung mga ways natin to be able to um, get more interactive based on learning preference, kung saan sila, kung anong learner type sila. You can also share files. If you look at your share button, yung nasa gitna, it should have a red dot. If you look at the content, I've shared the PowerPoint presentation that we're using right now. Pwede mo siyang i-pull up, pwede mo siyang pwede mo siyang i-download. Okay. Remson, can you popcorn someone, please?
EA.
Payback time.
EA. So, EA, yung second question lang naman.
Yes,
Um,
boss.
for the way that you interact with your with your boss, your manager, o kaya your expert, will you make any changes? Will you change anything that you were doing before after this discussion or training?
Yeah, I think I will definitely, most especially using Skype for meetings and huddle. Usually kasi po, we only use Messenger for huddles and meetings, and it's also a maximum of 8 participants. So sometimes there's one who really cannot join, and they will just send like minutes through messages sa Messenger po. Though with Skype, definitely we can use it, and as well as Slack, utilize it for documentation purposes as well. Meaning just simply sending screenshots to your manager about doing the pair or act part then, like the chat and everything, and also more making it more interactive by using those emojis and the annotation tool in Skype as well. So it's gonna really get the attention of the experts. So yun lang po.
Thank you, EA. You're on the spot on point. Thank you, thank you. So going back, I did not know na limited pala kay Facebook. So here with Skype, we don't really have a limit since we have access to it. This is paid. And if you can see my guys, pasensya na kayo, nag-overtime tayo na, pero konting-konti na lang. Thank you for staying still. I just want to share a few more things real quick. So here, if you look at my desktop, I have here a few other uh, applications. So I have here Teams, our official um, platform for video conference and call. We have here Skype. If you're gonna use the two, you don't really have a lot of limitation. What do I mean? Zoom is not really recommended. So siguro personal pwede pa siya, kaya lang ang daming security breach ni Zoom. Hindi siya secured. Ngayon sabi daw sa deep web, sa black market, ang daming binebentang username, logins, and recordings ni Zoom. So hindi siya user-friendly siya, mabilis siya. This was my recommendation, our recommendation before, but we're not recommending it anymore kasi hindi siya secured. You might lose uh, important information, lalo na if you're dealing with T-Mobile. We have account credit cards, we have things like that. So we're not using Zoom. Pero if you look at this one, we have WebEx, we have Zoom. If you look at my screen, these are the call platforms. If you use Skype and Teams, unlimited ka. If you use WebEx and Zoom, if you are not paying, 40 minutes lang yung pwede mong gamitin. And then it will cut. After 40 minutes, it will drop. If we're using Skype, this is unlimited. Plus, you can record. So after this session is done, I will be recording it. And then I'm gonna be saving it here. So we have created a Tatak Clark channel in YouTube. And then we are placing here recordings of trainings that we are doing so that you can click it. You can review it real quick. So going back, since we have recording functions in Skype, kapag may nakamiss o kaya may gusto kang ituro, share screen mo, teach things how it's done. Alright, so you can do that. If you look at the bottom part of my screen, I have Viber, Messenger, Slack. These are the messaging softwares that I have. Slack is the official that we have for messaging. So going back, I just want to share these. And then I also want to share that we have a Clarky's YouTube channel. We will put here this recording para pwede nyo siyang balikan kapag kayo na yung gagawa ng Skype tapos kayo yung mag-host. Why? As coaches, your huddles will be observed. As coaches, your coaching will be observed. As coaches and managers, you might do a weekly presentation, a business presentation. The WBR, I am not really sure. Pero anytime kasi our titas, Lily, Lacey, our partners might be observing us. So we need to be familiar with how to use this. At least for this moment, Skype. We will have other sessions with Teams, with WebEx, with Adobe Connect, with Slack. We will do a deep dive. But for the meantime, dito muna tayo sa high-level overview. So guys, go.
I'm sorry. Yeah, Marvin, I also would like to add especially for, I think it will be helpful for our OMs. Let's say you are facilitating in a large number of people. Kasi I experienced that yung bigla ka, remember yung nawala ka dun sa Skype meeting?
Na-disconnect ako. Na-kick out ako.
Na-disconnect siya due to connection issue. So, if ever malaki yung group, dito nyo magkakaroon ng use yung takeover as a presenter. So, if let's say meron kang partner na alam yung ipe-present mo, then hindi mabibitin yung mga audience. Let's say may senior rep ka or meron kang pag-OM tas meron coach, and they know what you're presenting, and then you can take over as a presenter kung na-kick out mismo si presenter.
Thank you, Ses. Guys, dun sa top left natin, nakita nyo lahat tayo presenter, di ba? So kung na-drop ako dito, yung buong meeting tuloy-tuloy pa rin kasi may mga iba pang presenter. So yun yung kagandahan. Kung ang ginawa kong presenter, me and Ses only, and then I turn the all to participants. If I get kicked out, si Ses as a presenter will still be able to continue. And then automatic, she will be the one to have access to the presenter tools. So thank you, Ses, for pointing that one out. And that is also one of the good things about using Skype. Guys, if you have a QR code reader, so this is, tell us about your experience in the training. But going back, I'm gonna record this training. I'm gonna put it in YouTube so that you can get back on this if you're not ready for the meantime. But that's the entire training. I do hope you guys learned something new. And if you have any question, please feel free to let us know right now, or you can message us. But that ends the training. Thank you very much, everyone. We're done.
Thanks, Marvin. Thanks, Ses.
Thanks, boss.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Nice to
guys.
see you guys.
Nice to see you, Remson. Buti nag-video cam ka. Namimiss na namin yung mga tao.
Thank you po.
Thanks, EA, Joshua, Raymond, thanks. Cams, thank you. Feby, thanks. Thank you all. Thank you for joining us today.